Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you looked in the mirror after leaving the salon and felt truly amazing? Not just okay. Not just, I guess this is fine for my age, but genuinely, powerfully beautiful. Because here's the truth that most women over 50 are never told. The wrong haircut is not just unflattering, it is silently adding years to your face every single day. And the most heartbreaking part is that most of those cuts were recommended to you. A stylist suggested them. A magazine told you they were appropriate. A well-meaning friend said you looked great. But the mirror tells a different story. And deep down, you already know it. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on 7 specific hairstyles that are aging you faster than anything else. Cuts that have quietly become the default for women over 50. Cuts that flatten your features, drain your energy, and steal the vitality right from your face without you even realizing it. And I am not just going to warn you. I am going to show you exactly what to ask for instead, so that the next time you walk out of that salon, you walk out feeling like the most radiant, confident version of yourself. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at your haircut the same way again. If this is your first time here, subscribe to Timeless After 50 now and turn on the notifications, because this is exactly the kind of content we make for you every single week. Now, let's get started. The first haircut on our list to avoid is the super short rounded bowl cut. And if you have ever sat in a salon chair and been told that going shorter is the safest, most practical choice for a woman your age, then this one is for you. This cut is exactly what it sounds like. A tight, rounded, bubble-shaped silhouette that sits close to the head, cropped short all the way around, with a uniform line that hugs the skull and leaves very little length to work with. It looks neat in theory. It feels manageable. And that is precisely why so many women over 50 end up with it. A stylist suggests it, a friend says it looks clean, and before you know it, you are sitting there watching inches disappear in the mirror thinking, maybe this is just what women my age are supposed to do. But here is what nobody tells you. This cut is one of the fastest ways to add years to your face, and the reasons go much deeper than just the length. When your hair is cropped, this short and rounded, it removes every trace of softness from around your face. There are no layers to create movement, no length to frame your features, and no shape to draw the eye upward toward your cheekbones and eyes. Instead, what this cut does is expose everything. It lays bare the neck, harshens the jawline, and creates a stark, unforgiving silhouette that has zero ability to flatter or lift. As we age, our faces naturally lose collagen and volume. The jawline softens, the cheeks lose their fullness, and the skin begins to change in ways that require softness and movement in the hair to counterbalance. The rounded bowl cut does the complete opposite. It pulls attention directly to those changes, frames them without mercy, and leaves your face with no support, no lift, and no illusion of youth. And if your hair is already thinning, which is completely natural after 50, this cut makes that thinning dramatically more visible, because there's simply not enough length or layering left to create any sense of density or fullness. The result is hair that looks sparse, flat, and fragile, sitting like a tight cap on top of your head, with nothing soft, nothing flowing, and nothing vibrant about it. Now here's the good news. If you love the idea of shorter hair, you do not have to give that up. The alternative that completely transforms this equation is the textured pixie with soft layers. Unlike the rounded bowl, this cut uses varied lengths and feathered, flowing pieces to create movement and air around the face. The layers lift up the crown, the soft pieces around the ears and jawline add a gentle frame that flatters rather than exposes. And the overall effect is a woman who looks modern, intentional, and effortlessly youthful. It is short, yes, but it moves, it breathes, and it works with your features instead of against them. That is the difference between a cut that ages you and a cut that sets you free. The second haircut on our list to avoid is the blunt one-length bob, and this one is particularly dangerous because it looks so polished and intentional in a salon photograph. It is the cut where every strand falls to the exact same length, no layers, no texture, no movement, just a clean, heavy, perfectly even line sitting stiff around the face. Women choose this cut because it looks chic in pictures, because it feels sophisticated, and because a sharp, clean bob seems like the kind of haircut that says, I have my life together. But what it actually does to a face over 50 is something no salon photo will ever show you. That heavy, unbroken perimeter of hair creates what stylists call a curtain effect. A flat, lifeless wall of hair that just hangs there with absolutely nothing to offer your features. There is no movement to create energy, no layers to generate lift, and no softness to counterbalance the natural changes happening in your face. Instead, the blunt line draws the eye directly downward, emphasizing a softening jawline and making the neck appear shorter and heavier than it actually is. It also makes thinning hair look dramatically worse because without layers, there is nothing to create the illusion of volume or fullness. The alternative that changes everything is the soft layered bob with beveled ends. It keeps the sophistication you love, but adds internal movement, gentle layers, and a soft tapered finish that lifts your face, frames your features beautifully, and gives your hair the bounce and vitality it deserves. The third haircut on our list to avoid is very long, flat, unlayered hair. And this one surprises most women because the assumption has always been that long hair equals youth. You have probably heard it your entire life. Keep your hair long, long hair is feminine, long hair is beautiful. And while there is absolute truth in that, here is the part nobody finishes that sentence with. Long hair is only youthful when it is cut and shaped correctly, and long, flat, unlayered hair after 50 is doing your face no favors whatsoever. This is the style where the hair grows past the shoulders with no layers, no shape, no face framing, and no structure. Just a heavy, straight, one-length curtain of hair that falls flat against the sides of the face and drags everything downward with it. And that dragging effect is exactly the problem. As we age, gravity is already working against us. Our features naturally begin to shift downward, the jawline softens, the cheeks lose their lift, and the skin changes in ways that require the hair to work upward, not pull further down. Long, flat, unlayered hair accelerates every single one of those effects. It creates a visual weight that pulls the eyes down instead of up. It emphasizes thinning along the crown and parting line, and it frames the face in a way that highlights every change rather than softening them. It also makes fine or thinning hair look completely limp and exhausted because there is no layering to create movement, body, or the illusion of fullness. The longer the hair, the more weight it carries, and the more visible that thinning becomes. The alternative that preserves your length while completely transforming your look is long layers with face-framing curtain bangs. The layers remove the excess weight, create beautiful movement and bounce, and the curtain bangs gently frame your cheekbones and forehead in a way that lifts the entire face and restores that youthful, effortless energy your hair deserves. The fourth haircut on our list to avoid is the tight permed ringlet curl, and this one has been quietly aging women over 50 for decades, while being sold as a solution to limp, fine, or low-volume hair. You went to the salon wanting a body. You wanted a lift. You wanted something that felt alive and full and beautiful again. And a perm seemed like the perfect answer. All those tight, bouncy ringlets sitting perfectly in place, looking full and voluminous from every angle. But here is the devastating truth about what those tight uniform ringlets are actually doing to your appearance after 50. When curls are this rigid, this perfectly identical, and this frozen in place, they stop looking like healthy, vibrant hair and start looking like damaged, overprocessed texture that has been forced into a shape it was never meant to hold. The tightness of the ringlets creates a stiff, static silhouette that sits around the face like a wall, rather than draping softly around your features the way youthful, healthy hair does. And because those curls are locked in place with heavy mousses and gels, the hair loses all of its natural movement and shine, which makes your overall complexion look duller, more tired, and significantly older than you actually are. Furthermore, tight, uniform ringlets frame the face in a way that emphasizes roundness and adds visual heaviness right where you least want it, around the jawline and cheeks. They create a frozen halo effect that feels stuck in a previous decade, and no amount of product can rescue a style that is fundamentally working against the natural beauty of a woman over 50. The alternative that gives you everything you were originally looking for is soft cloud curls with long, seamless layers. This approach allows your natural wave and curl pattern to breathe and expand freely, creating a bouncy, touchable, incredibly modern texture that frames your face with softness, movement, and that radiant, healthy glow you absolutely deserve. The fifth haircut on our list to avoid is the stiff helmet set. And if you have ever walked out of a salon feeling perfectly groomed, perfectly sprayed, and perfectly set, with not a single strand daring to move, then you already know exactly what this style looks like. This is the cut that gets refreshed at the salon every week like clockwork. The one that feels polished and proper and put together. The one that your mother had and her mother before her. It feels like a tradition. It feels like elegance. And for a long time, it was the standard of what a well-groomed woman over 50 was supposed to look like. But here's the truth that tradition never told you. Immobile hair is aging hair. And the stiff helmet set is one of the most aging styles a woman can wear today. When your hair is sculpted, sprayed, and locked into a rigid shape with zero movement, it creates a harsh, frozen frame around your face that does something deeply unflattering. It emphasizes every fine line, every shadow, and every contour that you would rather soften, because there's nothing fluid or alive in the style to draw the eye away from those areas. Hair that does not move has no vitality, and vitality is the single most youthful quality any woman can project. Beyond the visual damage, the heavy products required to maintain this set, the stronghold sprays, the setting lotions, the lacquers, sit on the hair and flatten it completely, destroying any natural volume or root lift that could have given your face the upward energy it needs. The result is hair that looks thin, heavy, and decades behind the times all at once. The alternative that modernizes everything is the lived-in blowout with root lift. It gives you that polished, refined feeling you love, but with beautiful movement, natural volume at the crown, and a soft, flowing finish that frames your face with elegance, lightness, and unmistakable vitality. The sixth haircut on our list to avoid is the heavy blunt fringe. And this one comes from a place that is completely understandable because the intention behind it is actually very smart. You wanted to soften your forehead. You wanted to cover the lines that have appeared over the years and create a fresh, youthful frame around your face. And in theory, bangs should do exactly that. But there is a very significant difference between bangs that lift and bangs that bury. And the heavy blunt fringe falls firmly and devastatingly into the second category. This is the fringe that is cut straight across in a thick, dense, perfectly horizontal line, sitting right at or just above the eyebrows, with no softness, no feathering, no movement, and no mercy. It looks neat coming out of the salon. It feels like a solution. But what it is actually doing to your face after 50 is the opposite of everything you were hoping for. That hard horizontal line cuts directly across your forehead and divides your face in half, creating a low, heavy visual that drags your features downward instead of lifting them. It shortens the appearance of your face, it closes off your features, and it makes your eyes look smaller and more shadowed rather than open and bright. And because the fringe is thick and blunt with no layering or texture to lighten it, it sits flat against the forehead like a shelf, adding weight exactly where your face needs openness and light. For women experiencing any thinning at the front hairline, which is incredibly common after 50, a heavy blunt fringe also makes that thinning dramatically more visible because the density of the fringe contrasts sharply against finer hair behind it. The alternative that gives you all the softness and framing you originally wanted is soft curtain bangs or a side-swept wispy fringe. These styles part naturally in the middle or to the side, fall gently around the face, and frame your cheekbones and eyes in a way that creates lift, openness, and an effortlessly youthful elegance that the heavy blunt fringe simply cannot deliver. The seventh and final haircut on our list to avoid is the middle part on thinning hair. And this one is perhaps the most deceiving of all, because it feels like the simplest, most effortless choice you can make. You are not asking for anything dramatic. You are not chasing a trend. You are simply parting your hair down the center the way you have always done it, the way that feels natural and familiar, and easy. And that familiarity is exactly what makes this so difficult to walk away from. But here is what that center part is quietly doing to your face every single day. And once you see it, you absolutely cannot unsee it. A dead center part on thinning hair acts like a spotlight pointed directly at your scalp. It divides your hair into two equal halves and opens up a clean, unobstructed path straight down the middle of your head, exposing every area where your hair has naturally begun to thin, which for most women over 50 is concentrated right along that crown and parting line. The result is a look that reads as sparse, flat, and heavily aged before you have even styled the rest of your hair. But the damage does not stop at the scalp. That perfectly symmetrical split also creates a mirror effect on your face, drawing the eye to every natural asymmetry that has developed over the years. A slightly softer side, a deeper line, a minor difference between the left and the right that a well-placed part would effortlessly disguise. Instead of disguising it, the middle part frames it and presents it front and center for the world to see. Combined with flat, unstyled roots and no volume, this look adds years instantly and drains the energy and vibrancy completely from your appearance. The alternative that transforms everything with almost no effort is the deep side part with root volume and face framing layers. Shifting your part to the side immediately creates asymmetry that flatters, generates natural volume at the crown, covers thinning areas with ease, and lifts your entire face in a way that looks modern, intentional, and undeniably beautiful. And there you have it, 7 hairstyles that are aging you, and the better alternatives that will transform your look completely. Now you know exactly what to leave behind and exactly what to ask for at your next salon visit. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 7 cuts have you had before? Drop the number below. I would love to know. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who needs to see this today. And if you are not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now, because every week we bring you the best in style and elegance for the most fabulous women over 50. I will see you in the next one.